I find it very, very difficult to listen to people speak about golf online, because at the end of their tip, they always leave off the very important phrase, for you. I haven't played in 12 weeks. This is my first shot. And because it's my first shot, I'm going to tee it high, let it fly, hit it with the biggest club face I have. If I take the 4-iron or I take something unreliable, I could top it. I haven't played in 12 weeks, so when I'm around the green here, I have a chance of sculling the ball over the green because the ground here is very firm. They don't get much rain in cool season in Thailand. We have to think about, for me, in the moment. So in this moment, my best bet is to take my safest possible chipping club. Putting is one of those areas where I don't really care if a pro makes only 50% of his 8-footers. I don't care. I believe I can make 100% of them. For me, it's always for you. So from this distance of, man, we must be 55 feet away. What's the expectation for you? For me, after 12 weeks, I'll be lucky to 2-putt this. If I 2-putt it, I've actually done very well. If I 3-putt it, I wouldn't be too disappointed. So for me, in this moment, if I can stop this anywhere inside 3 feet, I would be too bad. Okay. I'm going to take the driver because my 4-iron I'm probably going to hit real bad because I haven't hit in 12 weeks. A fairway wood I'll probably top because I have very little confidence, so I take the driver out and I tee it as high as I can. The beautiful new Red Tiger, under 150 bucks, has told me it's 197 yards to the hole. Now what a lot of people will tell you is when you're playing the game, get the ball as close to the green as possible. When we listen to that, we think bash it and try get it green side. In the moment, it's how close can you get to the green comfortably for you in that moment, in that situation, from the rough, from the fairway, wherever you are, where's going to be closest to the green that allows you a shot that you can then play. Giving yourself a short-sided chip across the whole bunker here from 45 yards is ridiculous. I'd rather have an 80 to 90 yard shot from the right side so I don't have any danger of going in the bunker. Partial wedge shots are difficult for everyone, especially when we have to go over deep-ass bunkers. But in this moment, for me, 197, I'm feeling like is a go distance. I'm going to hit my 6-iron, I'm feeling very loose, and I know for myself, for me, I can get out of bunkers, no problemo. That's too hard, so it should go past the cup. Not too bad. We missed the cup on the left side, and we're off the green. Hey! You can really enjoy your golf more when you are awakened from a zombie-like state. When you're just getting stuff fed into you and we're not thinking about it, you take that residue and debris with you in your mind and it suddenly comes up over a shot. When we understand how does this pertain to us in the moment, then we can reject and accept things that we can use. And whatever it is for you, that is the thing. If you're looking for a rangefinder, you can't do much better than the Red Tiger. Not Pink Panther, not White Elephant, we're talking about the Red Tiger. First time I've talked about this on my channel. You have the budget version, you have the upgraded version. This one on my left, your right, is going to be around 90 to 100 bucks. This one here, slightly upgraded version, you're looking at about 130 to 160 bucks. Absolutely money. Slope function, meters and yards. You have scanning mode, and you have a magnet on the side to stick on your cart or on your golf club head when you walk across the fairway to go measure your shots. Absolutely money rangefinders. Get one in the link in the description. You're going to be a very happy chappy because there's also USB charging. So you don't have to carry batteries and go to the shop and then scramble around for batteries. Just stick it in a USB-C type, bam, charger, boom. I haven't charged these even once. I've used them both since last year, March, April. 112 yards remaining. I'm going to hit the 52 degree and not the 56. I want to make sure that I don't have to rely on a completely perfect strike to make it there, and this gives me that option. When we have to rely on perfect strikes, that's where we go a little bit wrong, unless we're in extremely good form. What a day, huh? Oh, man alive. Scheiße. Even the par of the golf course for you, a par 3, maybe you've got some on your golf course you can't reach, and you're trying hard and you're taking different clubs and you're getting in trouble, and the harder you try, the worse you play. If you just let go of that and you change the par for you to a par 4 and a par 3, you let go of all that pressure of trying to make the 3 with your 5 wood just to be able to reach the green, and rather hit a ball in a position for you that's very good to allow you to make a chance at a 3. That's a hell of a side heel lie, huh? Now, one of the most important things for you is the perspective that you give yourself. The perspective, you know, when you listen to other people, they give you a perspective, but stop and think about yourself, especially on the putting greens. When you're not familiar with putting, you don't know what's happening. You don't know how to hold it, you don't know the processes, you don't know how to read a green. But the more familiar you get with the surface you're playing, the axe that you're swinging, interpreting the line, the more you get familiar with it, the speed of the greens, everything, the more you're going to be able to extract your mind from the process and let your body and brain connection take over completely. It's a physics calculator that tells your body what to do. When you put the mind in the way, what you're doing is putting fear and you're putting doubt and non-confidentiality in the way. When you can take the mind out, because now you have confidentiality, that you just trust your body and brain because of familiarity, now you putt better. Now for me, I'm familiar with the speed of these greens. I'm familiar with swinging this axe. All I have to do is tell myself, and I do, I say, just trust it, trust the brain, trust the body. See the line with my eyes and brain, very far out from the right, and then let's get the tempo that gets this ball trickling down the steep side slope to the hole. And just, like I say, trust myself. And you know, that's a pretty tough putt. I'm quite happy with that. Bit of 5-6 footer. The more familiar we get, I haven't played in 12 weeks, the better we're going to do. But we have to give that over to our physics calculator. The words we use, the perceptions we give ourselves of how scary, how bad, you know, how we're going to screw something up, it determines what our brain sees. Our brain sees that picture, it tells our body how to screw it up, and it does it. It's like we are perfect, but we are perfect at screwing ourselves. So if we can get perfect at not sabotaging ourselves, and you just give it over to your brain and your physics calculator with your body, I promise you're gonna feel better on the golf course and play better shots. You'll see tough guys like, oh man, you're making excuses and blah, blah. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. I haven't putted in 12 weeks, so I may have lost touch with my stroke and I may have lost touch with the green speed. But the more I play, the better I'll get. If I can accept that, then it makes missing a lot easier. And if I go, wow, I'm getting one step closer to being more and more familiar, to let my mind leave the situation and just use the brain-body connection. I'm judging my performance by today, so I'm going to take the REDTIGER rangefinder here, the budget one, and I'm going to shoot the trees down there. And they're 270 yards to get to those trees. So I think I'm going to pound town the driver, just ground and pound it like a coffee date, get it in play, and let's see if we can get up and down for another bird ski here. Okay, cats? Beautiful. Beautiful, girl. The pin's on the back, which means that there's a downslope on the back with the pin on the downslope. If I landed at the pin, the greens being as firm as they are, the ball's going to shoot off the back, leaving me a tough chip from the rough. So instead of doing that, trying to reach all the way at the back, I'm going to hit a club that will reach the middle of the green from 162. I'm going to hit the 9er, and that's going to reach the middle and leave me either uphill putt over the ridge to the hole or a chip up the green if I don't catch all of it. Well, I caught that a bit clean. Could work out real good though. Yeah, just over on the right. Easy game. How do we bottle this feeling of feeling so good? After 12 weeks or however long of not playing, now we're back for the new season. We're so grateful to be out here. Maybe there's a way we can keep doing this the rest of the season, stay in a good perspective of how good we feel in the game. Now for chipping, I have two techniques I can use. One is toe down chipping, if I haven't chipped in 12 weeks or forever, or I can use normal chipping, but I really have to be careful not to use my arms only and actually rotate a little bit so that I don't, just chunk it or teeth it across the green. So in this instance, after 12 weeks, I think I'm going to take the rotational one instead of the toe down, because toe down with a 56 is quite complicated if you don't do it often. So we'll just open the face a little bit so it can bounce off this fluffy turf a bit and just rotate. Well, not my best, but I'll get more familiar with the chipping as we go. Wow, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. It's a very well-known fact that I'm single-handedly responsible for the resurgence of popularity of the mini driver. Since I've been playing the mini driver, they've come out with a whole new range by almost every manufacturer purely because of the Golf Sidekick. That's how influential this outfluencer is. Mini driver is absolutely money. I've got a 14-degree one here, and I'm going to use it because for me, hitting a driver here feels fun and big boy, but the line I have to take, I can't see the landing area, haven't played for a while, and if I hit it too straight, I'm in the bunker, or even worse, in that house. So I go down to the mini driver, and the mini driver is absolutely money if you struggle with the driver. You're going to get them in 13 degrees, 14 degrees. They've got a big old face and a nice compact head. I promise, you're going to love it. We've got 96 yards according to the Red Tiger rangefinder. Now with the turf being as firm as it is and the bounce of a sandwich being what it is, or the sole at least, it's very often when it's this firm can bounce up and give me that kind of thin shot. So what I'm going to do is actually take a pitching wedge, and I'm going to hit a 9 o'clock shot with a pitching wedge because it has a very narrow sole, which means I can probably pick it here. So for me, in the moment, we're not playing copy-paste golf. We're doing what's going to work and what's going to get me that ball in a more reliable way somewhere near or on the green. If I hit that 56 and I come down too steep now because it's too firm, I'm often going to chunk it and then I've leave myself a very difficult partial chip. So if I can take a pitching wedge and just get this past the hole, or even on the front with a little 9 o'clock swing, that's absolutely money. It's like, it's semi-dry, but dry enough that the sandwich could have a good chance of, if I don't get the timing right, bouncing off and hitting it thin. So we'll take a little 9 o'clock pitching wedge. Easy game. Yep, and we're on the green. We'll get that direction right, but we're using what works in the moment. No copy paste, not what somebody told us, what works for us like a mouse. Here's what might happen with the sandwich. Let's see, where did I hit that from? So let's see. Let's put in a similar lie, okay? Let's see what happens. So this should be the normal play when the fairways are not dry. Yeah, short, because I came in a little fat and it went through the turf, put the ball up higher, and now I'm actually short of the green. So, beautiful decision. Too much pace on it. And we're gonna go a little right here, a little 2% slope, 12% slope from about 4 feet. We're gonna go just outside the cup right over here. Bing. Boom. Caddy, that's another par, brought to you by Red Tiger Rangefinder. Check the link in the description below because even my caddy agrees.
Red Tiger, very good.
The tee ball is known as the in-play shot, and I'm going to hit a 2-iron up there, a beautiful Tacoma 101T, and I just want to get this in play, and from there we will work it out. For me, this is the best play. This is where for you comes into play the most on the golf course, because inside 100, how adept are you at these shots? Do you want to have an 80-yard shot over a deep-ass bunker onto a green that cascades off the back? Sometimes you don't. Maybe you want a longer shot in so you can feel more confidential to use the entire length of the green to stop the ball in time, comes in higher, has more spin. Now we've got a partial shot over a bunker to a raised green. The ball's not going to stop that quickly. If that pin's on the front, we have a tougher time. Now we get greedy, we stick it in the bunker. For you, what is the best place to be? If you're in the trees, get the ball as close to the green as possible is what they tell you. For you, in that moment, under control. If you don't have control of the shot and you're just hoping and guessing, now you're going to hit crap shots and you're going to put yourself in worse positions. Whenever you're in a bad position, you want to get to an advantageous position. When you're in a good position, you still want to be in an advantageous position, always setting up the next shot to be a stress-free shot. An 80-yard shot for me is not that great, but I've been practicing them with my 9 o'clock swing. If I didn't, I'd be very disappointed with this because I don't know what to do, and I'd accept anything on the green. If it were in a situation where I would prefer 100 to 120 with a wedge, I would have hit it further right to leave myself that full shot. So let's see what happens. And like I say, I'm going to do the 9 o'clock swing with a 52 degree instead of trying to finagle my 60 or 56 degree, trying to make a distance come out of the club instead of out of my swing. So 80 yards, pins at the back, so we have a lot of place to run up luckily. We'll do a 9 o'clock swinger up the hill ski. And that's just going to shoot up there a little bit, probably have a long putt. From the 75, 78 yards, ball above my feet, firm lie, fluffy grass in between the blades, over a bunker to a raised green. Not a great position. If you have a club, you hit the longest off the tee, but it goes into out of position places, giving you variables to think about, it complicates your game. If you can find fairways, you remove so many variables, the lie, the trees, hitting over things. Here we have a pretty clear shot. We're 40 yards further back in the fairway. When you're in the middle of the fairway, you don't have the variables of the tough lie, the trees, hitting over things from tough lies into deep bunkers. You saw I topped that one. Luckily, it scooted through the bunker, otherwise I was screwed. So we take this shot, much easier, full confidentiality, and let's see if we get better here than we do from the previous shot. I mean, it's a no-brainer for me, because for me, I love hitting wedges. Bam, pin high, just to the left. And I can do that probably 8, 9 times out of 10. Players, I actually just hold the putt, but it wasn't recording. So now I'll hold that putt up there, didn't record it, whatever. I'm not going to make that many birdies from there that often, really lucky putt. But that's what you're relying on every time you play like that. You're relying purely on luck. You boom the longest club off the tee you can, get in a sticky situation. Now the course is dictating to you how to play, instead of you imposing your will on the golf course. So if you hit your fairway finder to your nice distance, 120, 150, 130, 100, whatever it is you like, instead of booming it as close as you can, now you give yourself options. You give yourself the green light to do stuff. When you are behind trees, side hill lies, in the rough, over bunkers, now you have variables that are going to screw you up. So I would much rather play golf like this, but depends on you. What would you rather play like? Would you rather play smart, or do you want to play hit and hope golf? So for you in the moment, it all depends. Just think about it. Well, we're getting pretty good at putting. I mean, this one would be a par, the other one would be a birdie, purely because my putter is absolutely money. We really have to take into account for you in the moment, because we're all playing different golf courses. Sometimes you're playing tropical courses with water on 16 out of 18 holes. You're playing links, you're playing desert courses, you're playing tree-lined parkland, you're playing mountain courses. All of these courses play slightly different. In the northeast of the US, you've got a lot of thick rough around the green, fringe and then thick rough. You've got raised greens everywhere. Of course, you have to figure out how to do it for you in the moment. When you watch videos of people playing certain courses, that will never work at my course, blah, blah, blah. Take what works, try it. If it doesn't work, find another solution. We can't get stuck. When we get stuck on this problem is this, the problem is that, then we never find solutions. Because we just say, this is wrong, this is what's wrong, this is what's wrong. No, what works to fix it in the moment for you. In the moment for me, I love a little 4-iron down here because it's rolling firm, it's dried out. We're probably going to get an extra 20 yards out of these golf shots because we have a very nice dry fairway, firm conditions. We've got about 382 yards. I bet you I have less than 150 into the hole, slightly downwind, absolutely money. Come on, Maddie, little 201 Tacoma. I mean, I've absolutely drilled that. That's guaranteed less than 150 into the cup. Probably that's gone 250, just because I know it's dry. 125 yards left according to the Red Tiger rangefinder, and this is exactly what I mean. Wet season, I'm 40, 50 yards further back. Dry season, downhill, bam, it's booming on over 250 yards, but that's me in the moment. The moments change, the weeks change, you change. You can be getting better, you could be feeling weaker, you could be feeling stronger. Always stay in touch with how it is on the day. It's going to make you an absolutely money maker. And I've teethed the hell out of that. And it's absolutely money. Now this is going to be a little ticklish one. So let's get the feeling for the flavor of the cool breeze. And I'm going to hit this one more toward the toe. Wow, that's still going. That's how quick it is. There's a senior Thai PGA Tour here event in about 3 days. So they're really getting this course humming. Oh man alive, stinky! That's my first boofies of the day. It's a bit of a tricky one. We've got 405 and the best hole in Thailand in my opinion, and even better in the dry season. It's just a magnificent hole, water left, water short, bunker right, OB way right, dog leg to a raised green, both sides of the green covered with deep ass bunkers, money. I'm going to use the rangefinder, the little Red Tiger, to find out what club I'm going to hit off the tee. Now if I want to get to the 100-yard mark, I've got to hit 281 yards, which I think is pretty good. Can I get the driver out there and get it between the red stakes and give myself a good chance of staying in play and have that 100-yard shot into the green? I think I can. But if I go to the 150-yard marker, it's going to take me a 245, 250-yard shot. That I can do with a 4-iron or a 2-iron. So 150 into this green, where's the pin? Pin's on the back. So a short club with a wedge in to fly high and land it at the pin and not go over, but to leave it way short, that's more likely going to happen. A 150-yard shot to the back pin, I prefer that. I'm going to go with a 2-iron. Lexong. So we're going to bash the 2-iron up there, and I'm going to leave myself like 150, 160, 140 in. Now with that into the hole, I can give myself a nice little runner up the slope, up the tier to the hole. Come on, Maddie. Little Tacoma 101U. Beautiful. Wow, absolutely brilliant 2-iron. Thank you. I'm a firm believer in decreasing the downside, increasing the upside. By hitting the 2-iron, I have a narrower radar when I hit the 2-iron. It goes, let's say 250 like it went there, but it's not going to veer off right and left crazy and go in the water or out of bounds. But a driver that goes another 30, 40, 50 yards longer has the opportunity at 8.5 degrees to go far enough right to go OB, or to hook into the water long enough. So the trade-off I make is either getting it to 100 yards in that area there, which is very possible and more than likely would be fine, but on the chance, which is also quite real, that I hit it bad, I'm now out of position. The 2-iron is rarely going to put me out of position, because a bad 2-iron just puts me further back in the fairway. Same radar, worse strike. So I like to hit the club that's going to give me a comfy neck shot without the danger on the previous shot of actually giving me a third shot after a drop. Now we have 160 up the hill, which is just perfect for what I want to do. We're going to go up the hill. We're not going to hit a high spinning shot because we are coming from the rough. So I'm going to hit the 8-iron, but I'm not going to expect a nice high one to just stop real quick. It should scoot up the green because it's coming from a lie where there's not going to be as much spin on it as from the fairway. Money. Oh, hurt my wrist a little bit there. Players, we're going to bottle this feeling. Your first round back. Remember how grateful you are on your first round back, and keep that feeling. Why do we get so intense over the season? I don't know. Better sleep, better health, better fitness. Get rid of this malva pudding I put on in South Africa. Get rid of the excess dry horse and the boerewors I've been eating. And now we're going to make the 5th birdie, because we just do what is good for us in the moment. In the moment, what works. An absolutely stinker of a shot. Oh, brilliant, brilliant 12 holes, I must say. Now let's keep this feeling, easy swinging, chillaxed, and always remember the main point for you in the moment. Check this video out over here to realize more about the mental capacity that you have and how to utilize it like a big boss.